Hello and welcome to 360 Sport on the 27th day of the month of June. The first half of the year is almost winding down, and we're just happy to be back again on the program 360 Sports this morning, where we'll have a lot of juicy and sporting story all around the world for you on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi, and I also have my friend, a regular on the show, who will be joining me via Zoom all the way from Niger State to actually deal with all the stories we have this morning for you. And you know, when it is sports, sport is all about life. Let's go straight to the first story we have for you this morning, where Nigerian athletes, after the federal government said they should do well at the Beach Games 2023, we got our first medal in rowing, canoe and rowing. A lady that actually went to Tokyo Olympics 2020. She also did excellently well, though she didn't win any medal, but participated in the classification event in the Tokyo Olympics, and right now she got the first medal for Nigeria, and it was a bronze medal in the canoe and rowing. Esther Toko is her name, a beautiful lady. They say what a man can do, a woman can do better, according to them. Well, I don't know, but when it comes to canoeing, you can trust Esther Toko to actually do the job for Nigeria, and she got our first medal right there in the Beach Games 2023. Like I said, Isaac, this lady has actually done well for us, winning the first medal of the games for us this year.
Yes, good morning, Emmanuel, and congratulations to Esther Toko for giving us a medal from probably a sport we didn't think would even give us a medal. So from rowing and canoeing, for her to have gotten that bronze medal is not a small feat, considering this is just the second African Beach Games, and the experience is probably not too there for Nigerians in this regard. And seeing her doing it well and getting a bronze medal is a good one. I'm very happy because it's even coming from that kind of sport, not the kind of sport that, oh, it's handball, it's volleyball, it's powerhouse for Nigeria. No, this is rowing, something we never even thought we give us a medal. So it's good because talent abounds. We will allow those talent to showcase what they can do wherever they can do it. It motivates others who are also hidden somewhere to do their best and give their best for Nigeria.
Yeah, to do their best for Nigeria. Like you mentioned, I'm actually surprised. Canoeing and rowing, a sport that is not even. How many Nigerians know that we have a sport like this, like that in the world? But for Esther Toko to actually win us a medal in canoe and rowing, and I believe come next Olympics, because in the last Olympics she was she did very well, though she couldn't win any medal, but in the classification series she was bet. I think she finished around the 7th thereabout in the classification event. But right now she has gotten the bronze medal. What does it mean for Esther Toko individually?
It means that she can achieve anything. She can get to the top of her game, and this is to motivate her to know that those who are winning at the world stage don't have better things than she does. And for her skills in rowing and canoeing to have come out at the African level, I'm very sure that it will also come out at the world stage. I remember that the last Olympics, she dropped out after the classification level, and she didn't win a medal. But this is a motivation for her, whether we like it or not, for her to know that, yes, I can do it. Nobody is mentioning my names. I mean, my name. You know, if we're talking about names of athletes we are expecting medals from, we would definitely not mention her. We would definitely not mention her sport. So this is for her to know that she can do it. And this is for her to know that she can even attract individual sponsors that we invest in her development. So it is a good one that a rowing and canoeing can get us a medal.
Yeah, it's a good one that rowing and canoeing can get us a medal. I'm actually worried because some of these sports, we have talents embedded in them. We have those who are ready to actually do well in all of these sports. But over the years, negligence on the part of, let me say, the federal government of Nigeria. Now, how can we get the federal government to actually pay attention to all the sports? It shouldn't be football alone or basketball. We need to also strive in other sports, Isaac.
You see, if you continue to roll back and look at the federal government and what it should do, we will definitely not get a result. Why? Football, that is the mainstay of Nigerian sports engagement has not even gotten enough support and participation from the federal government. Not talk of this kind of games, but we must do everything possible to allow the private sector comes in and support this kind of sports. State government can even individually on their own support athletes from their state who are participating in unique games like this. If you wait for the federal government, nothing will be done because federal government has a lot of things on its heads. It has already always claimed that there is no money, even for football, that is the mainstay of sports participation for Nigeria. So let us see how private sectors can come in. Let's see how state governments can come in. Let's see how individuals who are showing interest in developing athletes can also come in and develop this kind of Toko.
All right, can actually come in and develop all this kind of sports. And then for Esther Toko, we just congratulations to her, congratulations to all the contingent that are there at the Beach Games 2023. Getting us the first medal is a good one. We just hope and pray that the federal government will pay attention to some of these sports that is not known, so that we can popularize it, go back to the basics, go the likes of Delta State, Rivers State, Cross River, all of those riverine area, even Benue State. We can get those who can actually do well in all of these sports. Talents are embedded everywhere. We just we hope and pray we'll get it right some days. Let's move away from that story and head straight to Ostrava, where the golden meeting will be happening. And this time around, Toby Amuson will be running the race of her life again. This time around, she's going to have a stiff competition from Jasmine Camacho Queen, a woman who has not lost this year. And for Toby Amuson, she came back blistering in Jamaica a few weeks ago, where she actually won that race in Jamaica. And right now, she's going to burn the track. The event will be happening today in Ostrava. And for Toby Amuson, let's have how they have run this season so far. We have Ty Ali of USA 12.53, 12.34 personal best. We have our Nigerian Toby Amuson 12.57 personal best, and then her record still stand 12.12 seconds in Oregon last season. And then we have Camacho Jasmine Queen, the Puerto Rican, who has not lost this year, personal best 12.31, and then her result so far this year has been 12.26. And we have Johnson Alsha of USA, Jones Tai, and then Kambunji of Switzerland. We have Spigowski of Poland and Visa Nadine of Netherlands. If you look at all of this, if you look at their time, I feel, in fact, I'm afraid for Toby Amuson, but I believe she can hold her own against all these names that will be running tonight in Ostrava.
Wow, it's going to be a tough one, but a challenging one. And a good one for Toby, because this is also preparatory for the World Athletics Championship, which is a bigger one as far as I'm concerned. And remember that for Camacho Queen as well as for Toby, they have continued to blaze the trail when it comes to 100 meters hurdles. They have not lost. They have continued to show leadership ever since they broke their various records. And for Toby, who is currently the world record holder, both of them are even talking about running this particular race less than 12 seconds. That is even the latest. They're both talking tough, and they're both looking at running less than 12 seconds. Remember that this is about getting points as well as qualification for the World Athletics Championship. But for Toby, she has remained on top of her game. If you look at it, she has continued to be on the ascendancy. She has not done badly. And for Camacho, the same thing. She has also not done badly. So it shows that it's going to be hot this night in Czech Republic. It's a race I'm looking forward to, and to see who the bragging rights will favor, because it's about champions. It's about strong ladies. And looking at their personal best, the differences are not just
at all.
You know that it's going to be something that, hey, everybody wants to give the best. But I'm not writing off Toby at all. You even be mistaken to write off Toby Amuson in this particular race. Others were also scared of her. Others are also wary of her. They know her strength, and I know Toby will be raring to go this night.
Yeah, Toby will be ready to go. If you look at Camacho, most especially Camacho Queen has been the one talking tough. She actually wants to beat that record of Toby Amuson, and she came close. since the beginning of the season, but she has not been able to match that feat. And to tell you the truth, I think the race is going to be about these two, Tobi Amusan and Camacho.
Yes, I agree. Definitely, it's going to be between the two of them because both of them have shown in the race they have run so far this season, in all the competition they've participated in this season, that they can do it and they want to do it. They've shown the hunger and they've shown that, hey, this is my time, especially Camacho. Camacho is really, really desirous of getting Toby out of the way, and Toby would definitely would not want to allow that to happen. So,
At all.
when you see a kind of race like this, a build-up to kind of race like this, I pray it lives up to his expectation. And we'll see that probably more records will be broken this night.
Yeah, more records will be broken tonight, and we pray for Tobi Amusan to actually match everyone on that track, and then let Camacho Queen know that, okay, I am the reigning world champion, I am the queen on the track, and that is what Tobi Amusan is ready for. You know, at the beginning of the season, let me see, she was distracted because of her educational stuff, but she came back strong in Jamaica, and she sent a message to Camacho Queen. I went to school to get my certificate, now I am back, and tonight we are going to see both of them on that track. We just wish her well. She's making Nigeria proud. Let me start saying congratulations to her ahead, and like you mentioned, Isaac, all of this race is preparatory for Budapest come August, and where she's going to defend her title she won in United States of America. Let's move away from that story and come back to the African region, where they have said, they have proposed, and they have accepted, it has been signed, that the mixed martial art will debut in 2023 African Games that will be coming up in Ghana. And this is a very big one. A good news at that matter, that the mixed martial art will be debuting in African Games 2023 that will be happening in Ghana come September this year. Isaac, this is a good news for all our Nigerian mixed martial artists.
Yes, you know, when I got to know this particular news, I just went back to reflect on some of the great guys we have who don't have the opportunity for exposure, who don't have the opportunity to even compete with the best on the continent, not to talk of the world. And we also have Nigerian-born mixed martial arts all over the world who are doing very well. So we might not be surprised that we even seeing some of them coming back to represent Nigeria, because it's an opportunity for them to represent Nigeria in the competition like the African Games. And you know, this would be alongside Tech Ball, Sambo, and others. So it's a great one, and other 15 games of the Olympics that will be played. So mixed martial arts, MMA, coming to the African Games is a good one, a great debut. And because a lot of records have not been set as far as this is concerned, this particular game, talking about mixed martial arts, is an opportunity for athletes who are going to participate in this to get and set record, break record, and make names for themselves.
Actually set record and make name for themselves. Now, for the mixed martial art, we know we don't have, let me say, a lot of persons in that aspect, because it's a game that is just coming up. And I love what Kamaru Usman, our own Kamaru Usman, did when he came back down to Nigeria sometime, I think towards the ending of last year. And he has said he's going to bring the sport, the game, back to Nigeria. And at this time, also throwing his weight behind him. Now, now that this sport will be featured in all African Games, how should Nigerians go about it? Now the federation has been assigned. We already have a federation of mixed martial art in Nigeria. Now what can we do to get athletes that will represent us in Ghana?
Well, don't forget that in all aspects of this country, we have people who are participating in this particular game. Even in Niger State, I know some of the young and who are participating in this mixed martial arts. All we need to do is to tap from them. If there is a way, if it's not too late, even bring a way of converging all of them to a campaign of like months or 6 weeks, probably, if not a month, 6 weeks, if you can do that, we will get the best. We know that it's a game that we will not even want them, we will not expect them to go and even get murders. But it's a possibility.
No,
Royin has already taught us that.
Now, Isaac, I think I would like to, because I would like to debunk that from you, because when it comes to mixed martial art in Nigeria, I think it's a sport that Nigerians strive in. Because if you look at the world right now, who is the biggest mixed martial artist, the UFC fighter Adesanya Kamaru Usman, and these two of them are Nigerians, and every other person in that sport at their level, at their category, bows down to this guy. So I think we have the talent, we have those who can actually go there and win us medal in Ghana.
Don't forget that the names you mentioned will not come and play in this particular All African Games. But the question is, what have we done to develop new ones on the continent and in the country? What have we done? Well, I think this is an opportunity for us to develop the game. If we cannot get anything out of it in this particular All African Games, let's look towards the next All African Games. By then, it should have been an established and well-known sport in Nigeria.
These are well-known sports in Nigeria. Let's hope and see. Thank God that the sport will be debuting in All African Games 2023 for the first time, and it's a good news. That means the sport, since it has been accepted globally, now we are taking it in African Games, and probably we are going to see it in the Olympics and every other sports that will be happening in the world. Let's move away to that story and talk some transfers now before we go on the show. The first transfer we have for you is involving the hottest striker in the world right now, and not just Europe alone, in the world, in Africa, everywhere. The name sounds and rings bell in the ears of footballing fans worldwide, and that is Victor Osimhen, where Napoli's rejection of 100 million euros interest from PSG will actually could spark an auction. And when we say auction, the likes of Manchester United, Arsenal, Newcastle United, as you're seeing on the screen, will immediately just throw in their bid, because these three teams wants to get the services of Victor Osimhen. And for Napoli, they rejected PSG interest of 100 million euros. Now, Isaac, is it a good news for Napoli or for Osimhen, the two parties?
Good news in this aspect, that yes, they know his price tag, especially in the transfer market of today, and they know what he wants. And I think it is a disgrace for PSG to be coming for a striker like Osimhen with that kind of money, considering what the likes of Declan Rice, are costing in the markets today. Considering what Chelsea is putting on Mason Mount in the markets today, considering what the likes of Newcastle might be paying for other players in the transfer market today. So, if you are talking of Declan Rice getting the likes of probably £100 million, then Osimhen should be £150 million. So it's a good one, but like we said yesterday, Emmanuel, I will want Osimhen to still remain at Napoli, if possible.
If possible, he should still remain at Napoli, but that 100 million euros is a small amount for a man who broke all records in Italy. I think they should be going for 200. If you, Isaac, you say 150, I think 200 million euros will not be bad. 200 million euros will not be bad for Osimhen, because the services you will get from this young man. He's just 24 years of age, and right now that the 100 million euros has been rejected, I think is a good news for the likes of Arsenal, Newcastle United, Manchester United, for them to also try their own. But according to advice from myself and Isaac, I think Victor Osimhen should remain in Napoli for one more season, and let's see what he can actually do with the team. And probably by next season, because his money will still be high, by next season he can actually make that move when he has weighed all his options to another team. Let's leave Victor Osimhen and head straight to France. Let's go to France now, where Lionel Messi has been given the best foreign player of the year in the French Ligue 1 after not too good performance for PSG just concluded season, but he has been adjudged the best foreign player, despite they did not win the Champions League. They only won the league, but Lionel Messi has been deemed fit to win the best foreign player of the 2022-2023 league season. Isaac?
Well, for the old man now, it's not a bad one for him, because in PSG there were a lot of controversies. Remember, he had issues with the fans, some sections of the fans of PSG, and he never in any way tried not to impress. He did very well as far as concerned with PSG, in the shirt of PSG, because Lionel Messi is this world-class player that any time, any day, it is difficult for you to even know when he's out of form. That is also yes. There are games he didn't bring his A game, but it's difficult for you to even see him go out of form. But for him to have won this, I think it's deserving because when it was announced, I look at other foreign players and what magnificent role did they play for their clubs the past season.
The
Probably Messi didn't do enough for PSG, but in terms in the foreign quota, looking at the foreign players in the league, I still rate him higher than any other foreign player playing for any club side in the French Ligue 1.
Yeah, better than any other foreign player playing the French League. And we could talk about something still on PSG. Now their fans are now becoming. Permit me to use this word. They are now becoming irate, very hostile to some of their players. Should that be acceptable from the fans? Because we saw what happened to Messi, Neymar, when the fans went to Neymar's house and they were chanting he should leave. And Messi yesterday said something that the fans are just like that, and he made mention of their attitude towards players of PSG.
You see, it's unfortunate because as fans, yes, you have a stake in the club. It is because of you that the club is even running. The club will do everything to please you. However, there should be boundaries and everything. And these fans should know that you cannot attract what best players with this kind of behaviors. No. Because what players will think they will come there and they will become an object of ridicule. You will embarrass them, you will insult them. Yes, fans have the right to criticize players, definitely. But there should be a manner where you go about this. So for this section of PSG fans who are shown in discipline, in reacting to some of their players, I think they should know they're not doing the club a lot of good at all. Because big players will be having it in mind that, hey, if PSG comes from me, I have to think twice. Yes, fans will definitely demand the best from you week in, week out. But when you cannot give it, they should remember that you are a player that has always done the best for your club, whatever you are in that shed. Yes, Messi messed up at the point during the season, towards the end of the season when he left for Saudi Arabia without the permission of the club. But he came back and he apologized, which I think is good enough of a world-class player to have even apologized. And it does show that you respect the club, you respect the fans. And that should be reciprocal. We should see the fans also respecting him back. But for a player like Messi to be getting that kind of treatment from the fans, also Neymar to be getting that kind of treatment with players coming that you should lead the club, doesn't say well about the club, because it will definitely prevent some big stars from coming, because the fans will one day ridicule them.
Yeah, like Victor Osimhen, I think he should be aware of this and probably weigh his option before making any move. Before we go on the show, let's quickly talk about another player who is on the eyes, on the leaves, and on the table of every team in England right there. The person of Declan Rice. West Ham receives formal offer from Manchester City to sign Declan Rice in a deal worth £90 million. Isaac, this amount that Man City has at least has went with, does Declan Rice worth £90 million?
Well, in the word of English media, in the word of English players, yes, it does. But in reality, if you ask me, he should be a player between £60 million maximum. But you know, the transfer market has been abused. The transfer market has been, put under huge pressure. And even the likes of Man City, Manchester United, PSG contributed to making this transfer market look so under pressure, because they have the money to splash. And they're splashing it even on players who don't even deserve it. Yes, Declan Rice is a very good player, very, very good player, who has, given everything to West Ham United. At his young age, he has shown a lot of leadership qualities. He has shown it both on and off the pitch. So he is a potential leader for any club that is even signing him. But that money is huge. But considering the transfer market today, you don't have any choice but to pay for that kind of money. No matter the same amount Arsenal went with. But the difference between Arsenal deal and this particular Man City deal is the payment structure.
Yeah.
Man City will play this £90 million, I think twice, yes. Why Arsenal want to pay it between 4 and 5 times. So you see, which one will favor West Ham most? And feelers are having it that West Ham, Declan Rice wants to move to Arsenal. He prefers Arsenal, but we will not go to Man City that is certain of winning trophies. And why will West Ham not accept a better structure from Man City than another structure from Arsenal?
Yes, why would West Ham not accept that of Man City instead of Arsenal? Isaac, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
All right, that is the size of the show this morning. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Sport is life.